I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over days. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. 2 clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go option to the short side. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they'll try to run the option here. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it to Thomas.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career of this rookie quarterback. His guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw here. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
Now, I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one too low. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Fields. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. He pitches it out. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. $12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second down, Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll set up to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's Kamara on the read option. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more a strong back. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they're knocking on the door now, as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons, looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Here's the option going right. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deontay Hardy. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Steps away to his left. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Bears had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. From the gun, here's Fields. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
As long as you're good, the air attack is getting them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Fields on the sneak. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. They'll run, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And it gives these guys a 12-point advantage. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken from about the 12. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 20. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Montgomery running right. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. Now it's Fields. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hand.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
He finds Hardy on the slant. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts.
On 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw here. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Fields. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture, is now they've got a 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's able to find Melton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Back to throw, Fields. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Fields. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. The keeper gets him 7 that time, and it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He's been the go-to guy, and they needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away into 4.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out. Try to reestablish some momentum here, Charles, but they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast